Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're diving into something that can feel a bit like, deciphering an ancient language if you're in large-scale Agile.
Oh, yeah. Safe certifications.
Exactly. Figuring out which one is right for you. It can feel like looking at this huge menu with like 100 dishes you've never heard of.
It's a super common question.
Yeah.
For anyone involved in big Agile organizations, the scaled Agile framework, safe, it's everywhere.
Right.
And, well, with that comes this whole spectrum of certifications. Each one signals something different.
Totally. So think of this deep dive as, I don't know, your personal guide, your Rosetta Stone for safe certs.
Good analogy.
We've tried to sift through it all, to give you the essential info on which one might be the best first step for you, depending on what you're actually doing right now.
Yeah, the goal is really to cut through that confusion.
Make it clearer, help you figure out where to even begin looking in the safe landscape.
Okay, so maybe we should start with the basics. Like, what is safe, really? And why all these certifications anyway?
Good starting point. Let's unpack that.
Yeah.
So, SAFE, the Scaled Agile Framework. Fundamentally, it's like a structured way to apply Agile ideas, Agile principles across a whole large company.
Right, beyond just one or two teams.
Exactly. Think of it like this. Your individual Agile teams might be using their own little GPS apps for their sprints, right? SAFE is more like the citywide navigation system. Maybe Google Maps for Agile, but at a huge scale.
I like that. Google Maps for Agile at scale. It helps big organizations connect their, high-level business goals with what teams are doing day to day.
It does, because what works great for a small team,
Yeah.
well, that same agility can turn into chaos pretty fast when you've got hundreds or even thousands of people involved.
Oh, absolutely. Dependencies
Okay.
everywhere, alignment issues. It gets complex.
So SAFE gives you that framework. It helps manage the dependencies, keeps everyone aligned, moving towards the same big goals.
And that's where the certifications slot in, isn't it?
Precisely. They're a way to, well, validate that someone understands these scaled principles.
And can actually apply them in different roles within that safe environment.
Exactly. So let's get practical. Let's try and match up some common roles with the certifications that generally fit best.
Yeah. Finding that entry point that makes sense for where you are right now and maybe where you want to go.
Absolutely. So where should we start? Maybe with people who are pretty new to SAFE, or even new to Agile itself.
Good place. So if that sounds like you, or maybe you're in a leadership role, perhaps needing that high-level view of a safe transformation,
Yeah.
then the leading safe certification is usually the recommendation. That's the one that gives you the safe agilist or SA designation.
Okay, leading SAFE. SAFE Agilist. Let's make that real. Picture someone, let's call her Priya.
Okay.
Priya's a project manager, tons of experience, but mostly waterfall, right?
Yeah. Common scenario.
Her company's going SAFE, and now she needs to help guide things. Leading SAFE gives her that crucial foundation, the lean Agile principles at the portfolio level.
Strategy funding.
Right. And the program level, where the big initiatives are coordinated, it's like that first map, understanding core ideas like decentralized decision-making.
That's a big one in safe.
Yeah, like how empowering program teams can actually speed things up.
So leading safe, it's less about the day-to-day team stuff.
Right.
And more about the why behind safe, the core values, the lean agile thinking, how to approach strategy differently across the whole organization.
Exactly, that big picture understanding. So for Priya, that makes sense. Now, what about people already, like in the trenches, maybe scrum masters who find themselves in this bigger, safe world?
Ah, yes. They're probably hearing all sorts of new terms.
I'm sure.
For someone like that, the Safe Scrum Master SSM certification is, well, incredibly useful. Think of Alex. He's a certified Scrum Master,
Yeah.
right? Knows his Scrum.
Yep.
But he joins a big company using Safe. Suddenly it's PI planning, arts, release trains.
What's an RP again? Agile Release Train.
Agile release train, exactly. A team of teams, basically.
You got it.
So the SSM cert acts like a bridge. It connects his existing Scrum knowledge to these scaled practices. It teaches him how to facilitate his team within that safe context.
So he's hearing about PI planning.
Right. That big multi-day planning event where everyone syncs up.
Where all the teams in the IRT get together.
Yeah, they align on objectives for the upcoming program increment, usually 8-12 weeks. It fosters that collaboration, helps manage dependencies up front.
So it's not just running a daily stand-up anymore. It's seeing how that fits into this bigger, synchronized rhythm.
Precisely. Understanding the SSM's specific role on an RT, how they work with the product owner, the RTE.
RTE. We'll get to that one, I bet.
We will. Yeah, it's about that scaled collaboration.
Okay, makes sense. Next up, product people. Product owners, product managers, the ones focused on customer needs, prioritizing the work. What's for them?
Right. For POs and PMs, let's call her Maya. Maybe Maya's juggling several backlogs, wants more influence on the roadmap, wants to really connect features to business value. For her, the SAFe PPM, that's Product Owner Product Manager certification, is key.
POPM. Okay. What does that actually give Maya? What skills?
It equips her with tools and techniques, specifically for managing backlogs at scale. How to prioritize features not just for one team, but across a whole Agile release train.
Ah, okay, so a broader view.
A much broader view. Understanding the value flow through the RT, and critically connecting those user stories and features back to the big enterprise strategy, ensuring, every feature actually contributes to a larger business outcome.
That makes a lot of sense. Managing one team's backlog is one thing.
Totally different.
But doing it across multiple teams, a complex product, you need that wider strategic lens.
Exactly right. The POPM cert provides that framework for thinking and working effectively at that scaled product level.
Okay. Now, what about the people who are maybe facilitating coaching multiple teams? Perhaps at that program level you mentioned.
Yeah, so for experienced Agile coaches or people moving into roles like the release train engineer, the RTE.
There it is, RTE.
The SAFe RTE certification is kind of the logical step. Imagine David. He's a seasoned Agile coach. Now he's responsible for coordinating maybe 10 teams within one RT.
Wow, okay. That sounds challenging. Like herding cats, but Agile cats.
It can feel like that. And the SAFe RTE cert is really the playbook for handling that complexity.
Okay.
It focuses heavily on systems, thinking how do all these pieces fit and work together, optimizing the flow of value across the entire train.
Not just one team.
Not just one team. And it gives them the facilitation skills needed at that program level, making sure those 10 teams are collaborating, delivering predictably. The RTE is often called the servant leader and the chief scrum master of the train.
The conductor of the orchestra, maybe?
That works too, yeah. So their focus really shifts from coaching individual teams to the health and efficiency of the whole program, the whole RT.
Got it. Okay, so we've covered leaders, scrum masters, POs, PMs, RTEs. What about the team members themselves, the developers, testers, designers, the people actually building the stuff?
Good question. For them, there's the SAFe for Teams, SP certification. It's specifically designed to help them understand how their daily work fits into that bigger SAFe picture.
SP, okay.
Think of Emma, maybe a QA engineer. She joins a team on a SAFe art. She might be wondering, what's this PI planning thing? Or why all these train level meetings?
Right, what's in it for me?
Exactly. The SP cert clarifies her role within the RT. How her team's work directly helps deliver value to the customer as part of that bigger train.
So it gives them context, helps them see how their specific task connects to the larger goals.
Precisely. It helps them understand how to best collaborate and contribute effectively within that SAFe environment. Crucial context.
Makes sense. Okay, now shifting gears again towards the really strategic end. Leaders making big funding decisions, prioritizing major initiatives.
Right. For, say, lean portfolio managers or executives like Raj, responsible for funding, prioritizing strategic initiatives, really accountable for business outcomes. For them, it's the SAFe LPM, Lean Portfolio Manager.
LPM. Okay. What does that cover? What kind of frameworks?
It gets into applying lean budgeting principles. How do you fund value streams instead of projects? Using portfolio Kanban systems to manage the flow of big initiatives, from idea to delivery.
So visualizing the big rocks.
Exactly. And setting up lightweight governance models to make sure the work getting funded and done actually aligns with the company's strategic themes. It's really about connecting that high-level strategy with execution at the portfolio level.
Making sure the organization is putting its money and effort into the things that deliver the most value.
That's the core of it. Strategic alignment, value flow, business outcomes at the portfolio level.
Okay. One more. Feels like the top of the pyramid. What about the folks who want to lead these big transformations and actually train others in SAFe?
Ah, yes. For those really experienced change agents, transformational leaders, let's call her Julia. She wants to drive enterprise-wide Agile shifts and get certified to teach SAFe.
Yeah.
Then the SAFe Program Consultant, SPC certification, is, well, it's the big one, the most advanced, most rigorous step.
SPC. What makes someone an SPC? What does that involve?
Achieving SPC means you have a really deep, comprehensive grasp of the entire SAFe framework, plus the proven skills and experience to implement it effectively in a large, complex organization.
So it's not just knowing it, it's doing it.
Absolutely. And SPCs are the ones authorized by Scaled Agile, the company, to train others in most of the safe roles we've just talked about, and to lead the launch of new Agile release trains. They're really the key change catalyst in a big safe rollout.
Wow. Okay. That's quite a landscape. We've definitely covered a lot of ground there.
We have.
Maybe we should do a quick recap, just bullet point the main ones and who they're generally for to help folks listening sort it out.
Good idea. Let's summarize.
Okay.
So if you're new to SAFE or a leader needing that big picture view, look at Leading SAFE, Safe Agilist.
Got it.
If you're already a Scrum Master but now working in SAFE, check out SAFE Scrum Master SSM.
Makes sense.
If you're a product owner or product manager in a SAFE setup, SAFE POPM is designed for you.
Right.
Coaching or managing Agile release trends, that's the SAFE RTE.
Conductor.
Yep. If you're a team member on an RT, developer, tester, etc., consider SAFE for Teams, SP for context.
Okay.
If you're in executive leadership or portfolio management, SAFE LPM is the relevant one.
Strategy and funding.
And finally, if you aim to coach, train, and lead large-scale SAFE implementations, then SAFE Program Consultant, SPC, is the path.
Perfect. That's a great summary. I think the key takeaway here, the thing we really hope you remember, is probably just start where you are, right?
Absolutely.
Start where your current role, your responsibilities overlap the most. Don't feel like you have to jump to the most advanced cert right away. Get the foundation that's relevant to your daily work first.
And that kind of brings up a point worth thinking about, doesn't it? What's the real value here?
Of the certifications themselves.
Yeah. I mean, they're definitely valuable for, professional development, showing you have a certain knowledge level.
Sure, helps with resumes, roles.
But it's important to remember that SAFE itself, fundamentally, it's about a shift in how organizations think, how they build things, how they deliver value.
A mindset shift, almost.
Exactly. So the certifications, they're maybe best seen as like useful tools, significant milestones on that bigger journey of change.
But not the end goal itself.
Precisely. Not the end goal.
Couldn't agree more. Well, we really hope this deep dive has given you a much clearer map for navigating these SAFE certifications.
Yeah. Hopefully that big menu feels a little less overwhelming now.
And you have a better sense of which one might be the most logical, the most helpful starting point for you right now.
We hope it's given you some clarity, maybe some confidence to explore further.
So we definitely encourage you, take a moment, think about your current role. Which of these sounded like the closest fit?
And maybe do a little more digging into that specific one. See if it really aligns with your goals, your organization's needs.
Yeah. And as always, we want to hear from you, our listeners.
Absolutely.
If you've got burning questions about Agile, could be SAFE specific, could be Scrum, team stuff, leadership challenges in Agile.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Please send them our way. Your question might just become the topic for a future deep dive.
Definitely. We're always looking for what's relevant and useful for you, so please reach out, share your thoughts.
So until our next exploration, stay curious, stay lean, and stay Agile D.